I like him, Woody. Good vibes about him.
Well, everyone we've met, brilliant.
To be fair, yes.
We need to be doing this on the camera, actually. Let's do this
We
on
have, this
camera.
can be our intro. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Blue Tube. We're just having a little chat there, but you don't mind, do you? This is going to be the final one. Not forever, so you don't get punched in the air too hard just yet.
It's the season close, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. I was just about to get to that.
Okay,
Just
carry
do
on.
my intro.
Do you want to start again?
But yeah, so we can talk a little bit about the Cambridge game first, I suppose, our final game. Then we can go into the player awards, and we can close it out with just our own favourite players, best goal, best moment, maybe even best game. We'll see how it goes, really. But yeah, first of all, what did you make of the Cambridge game then, Dad? Nice farewell to Duke, wasn't it?
Lovely farewell to Duke. I mean, yeah, what can you say? I mean, the Blackpool, we didn't even discuss the Blackpool one, did we, to be fair? That was a great game of football. Absolutely great game of football. Cambridge was almost a game too far, wasn't it? But we still got 3 points, and without, again, getting out of second gear, really. Yeah, we gave a few players a bit of a rest, brought them on in the second half.
Yeah, he rotated the squad well.
Yeah, again, Chris Davies has just got his finger on the pulse with Blues. He just gets the Blues, doesn't he? We're on the back of a fantastic weekend with the Blues, we are, so we're going to be all over the place today, aren't we? I'm just trying to think. Cambridge feels like so far away to me with how the weekend's been.
So long ago.
It does. But we've got loads, hopefully interesting stuff to discuss on this one, haven't we? It should be.
Yeah, we
should be
won't.
nice
We won't dwell on the Cambridge one too much. I don't care if it goes down
3 points.
I don't care if it goes down as an own goal. Duke went off. He celebrated. He made that happen.
Well, I said this on
His
the Boy in
presence
Blue
being there.
on the Boy in Blue show with Jay. It was Duke's goal by association. If Duke hadn't have been there, that weren't going in the net, was it?
I think that's actually Chris Davis's words as well in his interview, and he got the chance to have to celebrate one last time.
Brilliant.
In front of the Blues faithful.
Did you see that bit where Bielik in the celebrations gave him the captain's armband?
Well, did you see at the end of the game? Because there was something that was actually quite really fitting and quite a lovely moment. Michael Morrison, of course, was sent back for us.
They're
once upon a
good
time.
mates.
They're very good
Morrow
friends.
and Duke.
And they had a nice touching moment after the game, after the final whistle went, and I thought that was really nice. Just a great close off, all in all, and to get the 111 points as well, to smash the record. I mean, that really is the cherry on top.
That is going to be in place for many, many, many moons.
Yeah, definitely. I can't see it being beaten.
I tell you what,
anytime soon.
Whilst we're at the start as well, let's get the negative bit out of the way. The poor girls drawing 2-2 at home. They could have just got that goal to send them up. But fair play, girls. What a game, actually.
Did really well to come back. And that
Really was a
second
good
goal
game,
to make it 2-2 was a cracker, wasn't it?
Record crowd for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. All good goals, really, weren't they? I tell you what.
Yeah, they scored a screamer.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah. But that volley, to bring it back to 2-2, though, was amazing. But that's out the way. The girls are going to really step on with what's going on down at Blues at the moment, which we'll get onto as well a little bit on today, won't we? It's looking good all round, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really
absolutely.
is. We've got so much to be excited about coming forward, haven't we?
Definitely.
It's brilliant.
Well,
So,
that finishes off with our games, I suppose,
game.
unless there was anything else that you wanted to talk about.
I think we know what's happening next year to a certain extent. Now, we know Neumann's coming in. Don't know who we're keeping. I suppose it's a good time to mention now, we've been to the Player Award, so this is the evening, not the morning, after the night before, and what a night it was last night.
Yeah.
For us, personally, it's the first Player Awards that we've been to, but what a spectacle. And it from start to finish, all the way through. I mean, just brilliant for us. We had to go and pick up the tickets, didn't we? We met up with
Paul Dells. Yeah,
Paul
that's
Dells
right.
to pick the ticket up at the Botanist, didn't we? And we bumped into, I'm not going to hopefully bore anyone, we bumped into this chap, didn't we? We got talking to someone at the bar. We was having a pint at the bar. And he really knew his football, didn't he? Him and his wife, this guy.
He was trying to keep a low profile, wasn't he? But he had too much footballing knowledge.
He popped off for a minute and was just talking to his wife, and she was like, "Oh well, I'm so and so, and he supports the Baggies really here, and they know some like ex-Blues players. I think it was Devlin and Horsfield, wasn't it?
Caddis, he went on about as well.
Yeah, and when he came back, I sort of mentioned, so like, you Baggies, and he went, well, an Ajax as well.
I asked him where he was from.
Yeah,
He said that he was Dutch.
and
Now it's
then
Ajax.
suddenly I'm going ding, 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 and long story short, it was Richard Sneaks, and we sat and stood and had a chat with Richard Sneaks and his lovely wife. Karen, was it? Oh God, was it Karen? I can't remember. I'm so sorry, I can't remember. But
I think
what I
Shannon.
love, and
Shannon.
this just was it.
Shannon.
It just set up a fantastic evening for me.
If we've got that wrong, you're gonna have to cut that bit out.
I'm sure it will be forgiven, but no. And we could have stayed there all night just chatting because I was having such a lovely time.
She was really lovely as well.
Yeah,
she
they
was
were
ever
both
so
lovely.
sweet.
And but he's on WM, isn't he? It's like the drive time, the 6 o'clock
6
WM
o'clock
show, and
show.
I listen to that all the time when I'm on my way home from work. I've always been like on the cusp of phoning. Does anyone phone into WN that watches us? That'd be interesting because I think he does the Wednesdays, doesn't he?
The Wednesday show as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure I've heard him on other days, but it's mostly the Wednesdays. And he's like, and I'm going to say this, but he's the one I always listen to. He's really good on the radio. And I might just phone in actually one of the Wednesdays, have a chat.
But from there, they offered us another drink as well. But
Yeah,
of course, we had somewhere else to be.
We did.
That's when we headed to the Player Awards.
We did indeed.
And I was hideously underdressed. I thought I'd just put on smart casual.
I went quite casual as well.
I went for,
Everyone
we
was
both
in
did,
Dicky
didn't we?
Bows, weren't they?
Oh God!
You'll see
That
on
was-
some of the pictures. We've got some cracking bits of footage and pictures to put up for you,
No,
so we'll put them up as we go.
Yeah, I know it doesn't really matter, but that was my first thought. But anyway,
Ben was described by someone that came up to me. Obviously knew us from on here. They're saying, "Oh, Ben, he really holds off this casual look. He looks like a rock star." And I was like, "Fair play, yeah. Well, okay."
I'll get the guitar out the back of the van.
But it was but you just fit in because not everyone was dressed to the nines, but most people were, weren't they?
Yeah,
But it was superb. Met a load of the players, didn't we, last night? Had a nice meal.
I think we met literally everyone. It was quite
Wagner
a bizarre
came on, did
experience.
such a rising speech, which we can put a little bit of on there, a little snippet of. I know I took a little bit of that.
And I'd be remiss not to echo Jeremy's comments on another topic as well. This is not about me. It's about the team that I have around me and with me every day, 365 days a year, led by Avery Shanahan and assisted by Kyle Neasley and Matt Alvarez, along with Tom Brady, who's a lot more involved than our friends to the north would like to admit. I love the negative commentary that they have because we get paid for it. Thank you, Daniel Ivory, for consistently pointing that out wherever you might be this evening.
Yes, you had some interviews, didn't you?
Oh,
Which
some of my
was very
ignore my
brazen.
interviewing techniques. I'm not an interviewer, so
No,
I
very
stood and-
brave of you.
I was chatting to Keshi Anderson. Asked him if it's Keshi.
He's going to put the clip up here. He's going to put it up. Just look at Keshi's face.
Because I've confirmed it's Keshi, not Keshi. We do a little channel called Blue Tube, a little fan zone thing. So, how's the season been for you, Keshi?
No, it's been very good. Obviously, it's
From a fan's point of view, it's been superb.
yeah, of course. Like
Pushing on for next year?
yeah. Like we're optimistic. We're very much looking forward to it.
Brilliant, mate. I'm not going to do any more than that, but thanks for all you've done. From everyone that watches us on Blue Tube to you, mate. You have been one of the stars, most improved, fantastic player. Thank you for all you've done, mate.
He wants to be anywhere but there.
Like when you just like you think to yourself, give them a chance to answer the question, then you just like answering questions for them. So
Yeah, it's like me
I won't
on here.
make an interviewer. They'd be daft. They'd be daft. But it's all good fun, and the players were so receptive, weren't they? There was such a good buzz about it.
It was brilliant.
But the awards themselves, really good. Nothing unexpected, apart from it wasn't the EFL ones. That was unexpected.
No, well, I
But
wanted
that's
to.
Great.
Yeah, I wanted to go through that with you because I want to do our own sort of awards. It's not going to be a long segment, this, but just to compare between the awards that were actually given at the PAs and what we think. So if we're going to like stick or twist, the player of the season was obviously given to Clara. Well, supporters player of the season given to Clara.
Yes.
And in fact, players player, I think he won them both, didn't they? Do we have any disagreement with that? Is there anyone else that you'd go for?
Do you know what?
Because it's tight, you know.
No.
It's not an easy choice.
No,
There's
but
so
all
many
I
good
would
players.
say is, if someone had said to me, "Oh, it's Iwata," I'd have been like, "Yeah." If it was Clara, I'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I would take a
Paik.
long time in choosing Paik. In fact, when I spoke to Paik, I said for me, he was one of the players of the season. I couldn't choose, to be honest with you.
It's tough,
and
isn't
I'm
it?
glad that decision was taken out of my hands. Let someone else choose who it was, because I wouldn't disagree with any of our squad being
There's
player of the
so
season.
many good players. Yeah.
I mean, Jay got a couple of awards, didn't he?
Yeah, young
obviously
player,
young
obviously
player,
top goal scorer as
top
well.
goal scorer.
Yeah. But it was nice just seeing other people get their moment in the sun rather than last year where it was just Joe Stansfield, Joe Stansfield, Joe
year.
Stansfield.
Yeah, last year. We watched it on the telly last year, didn't we? But goal of the season was
Newcastle.
the
Iwata.
Newcastle, against Newcastle, Iwata. Agree with that? Or, again, it's one of them, it could be a multitude. But I think it was the class of the opponent, wasn't it?
It was. It was
And-
the
and
spectacle.
what it
It,
meant.
was the evening. It was
It
everything.
was superb goal, wasn't it? But there was
I mean-
loads of goals. I mean, how often in a season for Blues do you think that there's many contenders for goal of the season?
Yeah, there was a few. I mean, Keshi Anderson's against Huddersfield springs to mind. Dowell's against Cambridge, just a team goal. That was an excellent finish. There's a load of them. I mean, Iwata could take up the whole list if he wanted to. His goal against Bolton, Wrexham. There's tons of them.
We run a channel on YouTube for the fans called BlueTube.
BlueTube?
BlueTube. Yeah, BlueTube.
Yeah.
For Blues. And I just wanted, for the BlueTube fans, we think that you were the EFL Player of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
And you should have won that. How would you sum up your season for Blues this year?
So typical.
I know English isn't your first language,
Yeah, I
but
couldn't. I cannot speak English.
that's fine. But you've obviously enjoyed the season.
Yeah, very enjoyed.
I'm hoping one of your goal against Newcastle for me, goal of the season. Goal of the season.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
And keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Lyndon Dykes, obviously,
Yes.
had an
Was that in
incredible
the
goal
FA
as well.
Cup, one of the FA Cup
Yeah,
rounds?
at home
Oh,
against
yeah.
Lincoln, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
great
was
goal.
there. Yes, I didn't get a chance to meet Dykes yesterday.
The only one that we didn't say hello to, I think.
Yeah.
Saw everyone else. Everyone
I
was
didn't
brilliant.
meet Tom Wagner. You met him, said hello,
Yeah,
didn't you?
met Wagner, said hello. Yeah, he was absolutely swarmed by loads of
Yeah.
people. But just a smile on his face, happy to meet everyone.
I'm waiting
as
for
we
I'm
all
waiting
know
for
too
Woody to send that picture of me and Stano with him as well. Come on, Woody, send it over.
Yeah, if you get it in time, you can put it
Yeah,
in the
I'll
edit.
put it
Yeah, but there's a few more things I wanted to ask you actually. Just some, I wouldn't say niche, but just a little bit different, I suppose. There's an award for most improved player throughout the season.
If there was one.
Yeah, if there was one, who'd you pick?
Well, from last season, for me, and I think I've mentioned this before, Laird.
Yeah,
Laird.
come on, leaps and bounds.
I really think he has. He always did the running. His engine was always good, but he just offers so much for me now. If someone had said to me, "Oh, he's up for Player of the Season," I'd have been like, "Yeah."
Yeah, couldn't really
disagree.
No, you
because
couldn't.
he's had, despite at one point, I mean, last season was just a write-off, wasn't it? And despite the fact that he was having a lot of negativity, he, for me, has really just pushed through. And he's such a charismatic guy, isn't he?
Great to have
When you
around,
meet
isn't
him,
he?
he's amazing.
Just wonderful energy.
Always happy. And you get that real positive vibe. I love him to bits. I do.
I'd say, I couldn't argue. I think this is just for the sake of having a different answer, I suppose, really, because Ethan Ledge make a real good case for it. But I also think there's a case to be made for Keshi Anderson as well.
Yeah.
I think compared to where he was struggling, it's just odd to think that he was a trialist at
For
one
the same
point.
reason, because of
Yeah,
last
the
season,
exact
where we
same
were
reason.
and what happened, and
Yeah.
and how he came to us. We mentioned this when we played Blackpool, didn't we? He came on trial, and it was really in the balance. And he played really well against Peterborough, that friendly before last season, where we lost. But he was the shining light in that,
Yeah.
and that's where we offered him the contract from. And from then, he's just come on leaps and bounds. And the finish on him, the way he runs at players, he takes them on, gets good crosses in, right-footed, left-footed crosses.
Yeah.
Very improved. Yeah, really come on.
We could say it about a lot of the players though, but yeah, I don't think anyone could disagree really.
While I'm thinking about it, going a little bit off
here we
on
go.
another tangent, Brandon Keller. I totally forgot he was on loan at Bradford. Bradford that's just picked Walsall to the automatic
Yes, and gone up.
promotion spot, and he's being absolutely lauded there. We got to get him. I've told you he's one for the future. He is. We got to get him back.
I haven't
Make
seen anything about him at all,
Well, they love him up there. I mean, clearly they don't want
Is that
him
what
to
you've
go.
heard, is it?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, might have
So
a
we've
player
got to
on
get him back.
hands.
Get him back in the squad. Get him rotated.
There are a few.
Because
I mean,
he's got some skills, that kid has.
well, we're going to have to get rid of some of the dead wood. And I'm looking at the loans. I think we've got Longello to come back. I mean, that's just bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, Longella will go. Anderson looking at being moved on in the summer as well. Sanderson, sorry.
Sanderson.
There is a rumour about Keshi, actually. Keshi. He did confirm it's Keshi, not Keshi. I did ask him.
And Tyler Roberts as well.
Tyler Roberts,
Almost
yeah. Shame for
certainly.
him, because he really has tried to put the work in, but just needs a
hasn't
massive
worked.
change, doesn't it?
It's a brutal
really?
game of football.
Yeah.
If you're not good enough, you're not good enough.
Yeah, and then who's the lad that's gone to Warsaw on loan?
George Hall.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, isn't he? But
Young lad still.
yeah.
Well, that actually brings me up on nicely to the next award, because if you're looking at young lads, you'd think of potential, wouldn't you? I suppose. So who's got the most potential going forward? Having a look at our squad, don't necessarily have to go off of age here. Just one that you can really see that they've got a lot to grow into as a footballer.
Talking from the heart, players like Yakiyama, if we get him back, Brandon Keller, got
That's another
potential.
one, yeah.
There's some real George Hall. Players like that have got potential. There's players like Harris that's coming through that's only on loan. Is there going to be some deal with him?
I had a chat with him about this yesterday.
Oh, did you?
And he was just all sort of like, well, look, I'm just going back to Fulham, and I just have no idea really. He was quite open about it,
really?
actually. He was
Shame
just
we didn't get that on
kind of just
camera.
like, I felt bad for him. I went over to him and says, "How you doing, mate?" Just gave him a tap on the shoulder. "How you getting on? How's your evening going?" Because everyone was just swarming around players around him, and he was just there on his phone. I think he was playing some Flappy Bird or something.
Playing with some Flappy Bird. What
Yeah,
was the
just-
name? So, go on. Lowered the tone, haven't I? Should we start all over again?
Yeah, I was going to say we're going to have to scrub this one now.
Flappy
No, but,
Bird. What's Flappy Bird anyway?
Yeah, you got the little tubes, and you get the bird, and you go through.
Angry Birds.
Yeah.
No? Angry Bird.
I was just making it up, really. Just
Okay.
just
It's good.
just as
That's
a-
one for the future. Don't get using it.
But, yeah, no, he was really open about it. So I don't think he's going to come back. But at one stage of the season, I was really
He's got some.
I was
proper
against Luke
confidence
Harris. I was like,
under
he's not
his
really
arm,
good enough.
isn't
It's
he?
not what we're looking for. And I think you can also be swayed with that because it's not our player; it's a loan. So you're going to look on them a little bit more, harshly. If it was a Birmingham City player, it'd be like, oh well, he's only 18. Oh, he's getting in League One. Build him up a bit. It could be amazing. But because he was a Fulham player, it was just a little bit like, oh, let's actually build our own players up.
It's a strange
But
one for the
he's a
for
good
the
player.
Lampers. And going back to Sanderson
few
again,
goals.
Blackburn have confirmed that they're not looking to take him on as well.
Imagine he'll go to Derby, Dad.
That's what I said a little while ago, a few weeks ago, that I think he'll end up with Eustace there.
Yeah,
Because
just
Derby
makes sense.
staying up, aren't they, obviously? So
Yeah.
we'll be playing them at some point next year, won't we? Look out for that one. That'll be an interesting fixture.
But I will say, because he's only 24 years old, I think most potential, I think he can be lower Premier League. I think he might already be there, really. I don't think he'll struggle if you put him in a lower Premier League team. And that is Mr. Clara. I think he's got so much to grow into as a footballer.
Yeah.
I think he's been absolutely sensational. And I mean, the awards speak for themselves, don't they? Players player and supporters player.
Yeah.
He's a young lad, just coming to English football. I know he's played here with Southampton before, but properly, And I think we've got a lot more to see from him. So that's who I'd go if we're looking at potential.
Yeah. I had a little chat with Peacock Farrell as well.
It is. How would you sum up this season then?
Extraordinary. I think the records speak for itself. The standard of play that we've had all season has been incredible. I think Tom touched on it there. People were kind of hoping for us to fail or see how we'd get on in this league, and I think we've shown everybody and the leagues above and the whole of the country how good this squad is.
Yeah.
And he was quite, positive and reflected well on the season. And I sort of feel for him, really, because
fair play to him because he's had a tough season, hasn't
he has had a tough season, to be fair. And every time he's tried to come back in, it hasn't quite gone well. And do you know what? We know that he's a decent keeper. We know that and there's going to be people out there that are going to be disagreeing with me. But if you look at his record and you look at what he's done before he came to us, but I wonder what the future will be for him moving forward.
Yeah, interesting.
But nice guy as well. Bloody massive. I mean, stood next to him, and I'm not short.
Yeah. No, fair play to him.
And that's
Peacock-
what he needs
Peacock
to get,
Farrell.
that physical presence about him. But we're being touted again, another tangent warning. There's a few reports, I don't know what people have heard, but there's a few reports about a new keeper for next year, which is strange, and that's Jack Butland.
Is that right?
Again.
Well, yeah.
Whether that's just the rumour mill hoping that things can sort of grow into something. I wonder if anyone's heard anything on
Well,
that, but
I've
that's
heard,
what I've heard.
there's a massive amount of emphasis on the goalkeeping position in terms of recruitment.
I don't think anyone should be challenging Allsop next year. I think Allsop, for me, is the starter. He's like a keeper that plays sweeper for me, a sweeper keeper.
Well, it is something that needs to immediately be rectified, isn't it? Because we are light in the goalkeeping department. I know we spoke about Peacock Farrell. He's had a tough season. It's what I said earlier. It's a brutal game of football. It is brutal because if you're not good enough, you're just not good enough. Not saying that Peacock Farrell doesn't have the capability. I think he does. But he's not showing it. I think he needs to dust himself down and start again, and that might just be somewhere else. And I wish him the best luck, but I can't see him being there next year, if I'm honest.
Maybe
I mean, no ill will saying that.
If you're not comfortable where you are, but if it turns out that one of the games he has to come back in and do well, then so be it. Do you know what I mean? And you start the games afresh, don't you? Good. Okay. Who else did I speak to? I had a few words, a little chat with Paik.
How do you think the season's gone personally for you?
I think better than last year. We enjoyed a lot. Not only me, I think all the players we enjoyed a lot this year. We play, I think, really well. And for the player of the year, I don't think I deserve, because there's also a lot of other players to be much better and really well.
But your endeavour and your hard work and your skill has been second to none. So I want to say thank you from Blue Chip and all the fans. You've had a great season. Please, long may it continue.
Well, I was going to go on to, unless you do want to go through the players a little bit more, I was going to talk a little bit about Tom Wagner's speech. What a speech that was.
Rousing speech, wasn't
I mean,
it? The bloke knows how to talk to Blues
He really
fans,
does, yeah. He totally went off script and he said as much. Couldn't read the teleprompter. But I think through that he said something that he wasn't supposed to say. That our academy's now got Category 1 status again.
Yes.
Which could be a massive thing for us.
Which
the
the
top
last
boys.
owners messed up big
yeah.
time for us.
So we're pulling that back now, which can only be a good thing.
So we will now be playing amongst the elite, like the Premier, like junior teams now.
Yeah.
Superb, isn't it?
And you can just see that we've really, he's been infected, hasn't he, by the Blues.
Yeah, and what was it? The one point in his speech, he goes, "He's once a Blue, always a Blue." You know, I can't remember the exact words, and he's just hooked on it now, isn't he?
Yeah.
And just to hear that, brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, his enthusiasm, it's endless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Such a charismatic character. You hang on every single word. So yeah, that was it summed up the evening nicely. Really, that did having that.
The one thing that
speech.
I do want to mention about who we spoke to as well, though, and I was chuffed, and he's one of my favourite players as well, going back from last year that we had from Derby, I think it was, and we watched him get injured for the second time. He'd just come back from a bad injury, Lee Buchanan, and had a little chat to Lee about his injury and about wanting to get back, and a bit of a pep talk. It was a nice little chat.
Lee, we're just going to ask, obviously you came back last season and you were on fire.
Yeah.
How's the recovery going?
Yeah, it's going well. Obviously, did my calf in the first half of the season, then came back, felt really good, and then unfortunately got the knee injury. So I'm 4 months post surgery now. So it's going well. Still in the gym doing like a lot of strength work and stuff like that. So I'll be back next season.
It was good when I saw you come out for the awards last week, just to see you on your feet, and I mentioned that on the channel. We got some really good responses from that. Just want to see you. We want a goal first game back, just like you did last time.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for, yeah.
But brilliant. All the best with the recovery, mate. Keep up the good work and long may it continue.
Thank you very much.
You're loved by the Blues fans, mate.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Lovely guy.
And what a nice chap he is. And he's had a torrid time. It was nasty. He's 4 months on from his knee surgery and it's going well. He's back in the gym. He's working on the strength now, getting his strength back up. So I think we'll be seeing him next year. I think he'll have a big part to play back in the Championship.
Absolutely.
Known
Good
Championship player.
Good player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, can hold his own.
So
I'd hope to
look
see
at who
him
we've
back.
got. We've got. I mean, I don't think MJ will be staying. Yeah, I don't think.
We've seen enough of him. We would have seen a lot more.
But if you've got a fit Buchanan and Alex Cochrane, you ain't going to want for left back.
No.
Not in the Championship for me.
It's just about him staying fit, though. That's the only
Yeah.
thing with Lee Buchanan. Can he stay fit? Now, there was a time where Ethan Laird was a bit of a sick note. That's improved massively this year. We played a lot of games as well.
With Lee Buchanan, it's not like, he's got a weakness there. Totally different injuries. One was
True.
his calf. First one was the calf, as he says in his little chat. And the other one was the knee, and that was a freak accident. That was just
horrible,
a freak knee injury. Know from experience on that one. It's not nice when your knee just gives way on you. Yeah.
Well, last thing that we will say, when we was in the little after party afterwards, which we got into somehow,
Yeah.
and he brought us a round of shots. Thank you very much, Lee. That was very nice of you.
Yeah, he was
Share the
just
drink
top
with him.
man.
It was
Top man.
nice, wasn't it?
Well, what happened is, because like obviously we do our little channel on here, our little podcast, and it's opened doors for us to meet up with the other YouTubers. So we were talking to Fat Lads Going Goal.
Yeah, great bunch.
Tommy and his brother Jack and his dad Paul from Blues Focus, and Adam was there that pulls the strings behind that. And Sam, I met Sam as well, and it was brilliant to meet you guys. Obviously, Michael Woody and Jay from The Boy in Blue, which was superb. Obviously, Craig Courtney from Tilton Talk, and Paul as well from Tilton Talk that we met at the start. I didn't see him again after that.
No.
It was just brilliant. And we were having pictures together. If I've got them in time, I'll pop them up here for you to have a look at.
Oh, it was an excellent evening.
And yeah, we ended up after the do. I don't know if we should be saying this story. We ended up Broad Street at this bar where the Blues were having the after awards party, and we managed to be invited in.
I think
And
we
had a
rode our
couple of
luck, and we
hours,
were very,
and
very
it was
fortunate.
just an
weren't we?
amazing evening, wasn't it? Rubbing shoulders with all the Blues lot.
Some of the Blues, it was
really
lovely.
good.
Really ended the evening very nicely, I thought.
Yeah,
But it's all over now.
I know.
Penny.
We've got to keep, we've got to keep you entertained. We said this before, haven't we? So we will definitely be putting some relevant stuff out as we go forward over the close season.
There's so much to look forward to.
Oh,
I mean,
there
we've
is,
got the
there is.
recruitment, the transfer window, see who we can bring in.
Well,
and
we've
who
got
we let
some
go
things
of.
in the pipeline, like we've said, that are coming to fruition.
Yeah.
Little things to keep you interested. We'll do a few more deep dives as well. We're going to get onto that, aren't we, in the next few weeks?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Just look into the background of our board and the people that pull the strings at the club. So that'll be quite
We
interesting.
could even do a little bit on the Amazon documentary, if you wanted.
That's soon, isn't it?
Exactly. Something else to
forward-
look forward to.
I'm assuming everyone knows about this Amazon documentary, similar to the Wrexham one. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, why do we need to do that? There's a massive reason why we need to do that. Here's a little story for you. My brother, Russ, he lives in Australia now. He's just moved to Oz in Perth. And he's working with someone down there that's from Australia that is Wrexham through and through. He's never been to Wrexham a day in his life, but he's a massive Wrexham fan. He has all the kit and all the stuff that goes with it, watches every game on the telly over there, all because of finding out about Wrexham from Amazon TV. And that's what these documentaries have done around the world for. Wrexham are huge around the globe. This is going to be us. This is going to be Blues as a club. Especially, look at what we've done, how clever our board have been. Tom Brady is massive for Blues. And just the global exposure from him. And now we're going to be broadcasting it out to everybody.
Yeah.
So that is going to attract so much interest in Blues as a club. If you haven't got a season ticket, and do your best to try and get one, because what's going to go on down there? Something special is going to happen. I've just got the feeling we were talking about this with some of the reporters down there. With like Brian Dick, we bumped into Richard Wilford having a chat, and there's just this little vibe about something big's coming.
You mean like a massive transfer coming in? Well, the Americans as well always want to make a big splash, don't they?
Well, Tom Wagner is the type of man that if he does something big, that's not him finished. That's like, I've got to beat it now.
Yeah.
That's the type of man he is. And I'm not saying that I know. I don't know anything. We don't know anything, but that vibe and what people are talking about around Blues at the moment,
Right,
something
Wagner,
special.
get Beckham on the phone. He's had Messi long enough. Bring Messi to St Andrews. I mean, that's where
I
he
was
was
thinking
going,
of Lee,
wasn't it?
Lee Trundle. Is he still playing?
Ah, right, okay. Different wavelengths. Fair enough. Totally off. But yeah, no, really good points that you've raised there, especially with the Amazon documentary. We've never had anything like that before at all. So it'll be very interesting how that's structured and what that looks like. I think that's coming out in June. Could be wrong, but yeah, certainly looking forward to that one. What do you want from this transfer window, Dad? Just to close this off.
I'm looking forward to being wowed.
In terms of areas, break it down a little bit, if you can. I know that's tough.
Yeah, we know the defence is being bolstered. I would like to see us sign Ben Davis on a permanent. I think just because of just that fluidity at the back now, adding Neumann in, whether we play 3 at the back, whether it's a rotating 2 at the back and just sticking with the 2 and having good backup, I think that would be brilliant for us to shore that up. Number 10, I'd like to see a good solid number 10 to
I think
come
we're
in.
desperate for
Not
something
necessarily
like
to knock somebody out the squad, but to
Bolster it,
it
yeah.
and get that competition.
And we need some pace on the
pace
flanks.
on the flanks, yeah, on the wings. Again, to like increase that competition, bring people in with the nous, with the knowledge, the footballing brain, maybe some mature players, not too old though, someone with the skill that we can spread that around the squad, bring the younger players through with that as well.
For the right price, I wouldn't mind having Che Adams back. You just made me think of him then.
Yeah, but we've seen that a lot, aren't we? I'm really on the fence with that. I mean, we talked
wouldn't
about this the other
mind.
night, didn't we, on Jay's channel? And yeah, I wouldn't be
Championship,
upset.
he could do it.
I wouldn't be upset
in the
with
prime
it.
of
But
his career, I think.
I honestly think we can do better. No
Who's
disrespect
better?
to Che. I don't know. It's going to be out there, though.
Well, we'll have to see what happens. But it certainly is exciting times. I think it's going to be one of the more important transfer windows that I've ever seen. But let's see what happens. I feel like we're not going to be disappointed, though, to be honest.
No, I think it's going to be brilliant.
Everything that these owners have said so far, they've delivered on.
It's back to getting on the phones in every 5 minutes if we signed anyone.
What do you remember the last transfer window we had? It was like the Aguero of transfer deadline day. You remember that? It was like, oh, have we signed Joe Stansford? Have we not?
How do we trump that?
I
How do
don't
we trump
think-
that? Jay was on about doing. Now we're doing this on air now, so he might have to do this. But he's on about on transfer deadline night to have Boy in Blue going live. So.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay.
You put it on him now.
Yeah, come
Gonna
on,
have
Jay.
to now.
He'll be working. He'll definitely have to take that time off.
But yeah, I think that draws us to a close. What a wonderful, wonderful season. Yeah, I think we can go on all day speaking about.
We could do.
Speaking about this.
Can
season.
I just mention one other thing? Just
No,
to
you're
top
not
off
allowed.
the
We've got
season.
to close it off now. Sorry.
Well, you was taking part in the Alliance Cup today, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
It went really well. It was a good day.
I think I touched the ball about 3 times.
Yeah, but it was all about just being part of it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Playing on the
yeah,
pitch at St Andrews. And this is one of the things that you can do with the OSCs, isn't it? The official supporters clubs. We're in the Solihull ones, which we've mentioned before. And now I think would be a good time. It cost us a tenner for the whole year. There's loads of benefits that you can get. Ground tours, meetings, gatherings, all sorts of different things. If you're interested and you're not a member of one of the OSCs, get in touch with someone. Paul Dalves is the main man, but if you just go onto the Blue site and look for OSC, you'll get it there. Craig Courtney's our main man with the Solihull one, and he's such a busy guy. He keeps loads going on. We're not involved in everything. We try and get to meetings where we can. We've done the stadium tour. We've just got some new badges coming.
Yeah.
So I'd really recommend that. Get in touch with your local OSC if you're really interested in doing that. And during the close season, I'm sure there'll be lots for us to do as well. So,
Well,
just wanted to get that in.
Just reminded me, a shout out to 2 people. Eddie Vlogs, I had a brief chat with him down there. Lovely bloke, very charismatic. And it was nice seeing him. He was taking part as well. And I also got chatting to DJ Mikey B. He does all of the music leading up to the game. Absolutely
Do you know what?
smashing fella.
I'm going to
Real nice
swallow
bloke.
some pride here with the DJ because earlier in the season I moaned about him doing that, what was it called, a mashup with Eminem and ELO. and it soon stopped, luckily. But I tell you what, it's been the DJing since then has been spot on, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the sound system that's improved, but it gets people going, doesn't it?
He was talking to me about his job. You know, in his earpiece, people saying, "Right, you've got 40 seconds left," and he's like, "Oh well, I still need to play this, still need to do that." And he's got twink with certain sounds, and you know, it's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, skills.
I mean, you can imagine it, can't you? So, but I mean,
saw him there last night. Actually, he was at the awards, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Saw him.
Tommy. I think our music tastes are quite different. I don't mind it myself personally. I think it's the DJing, his build up with the music.
Oh no, I think it's been brilliant recently.
Yeah.
I even said that to you when we were down there.
Yeah. No, but a smashing bloke, and they all were, to be fair, who we were playing with on my team. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. It was although I'm just dreadful at football, it was good to take part. In any case,
that's what it's about, isn't it?
But
Taking part. Unless you're playing for Blues, and then you've got to be fantastic.
I haven't got anything else, Dad.
No, that's us then. I think we can draw to a close.
Yeah.
So yeah, this isn't the end. It's the end of the season, but we will be back with some hopefully interesting stuff to keep you all entertained to some extent. There are the other channels. Go and see. You've got Boy in Blue, Chatting Blues. They're all going to be doing stuff over the close season. You've got Blue Focus.
Yeah.
You've got Fat Lads Going Goal, and Gary and Matt.
BCFC Royal Blue.
Royal Blue. There's loads. I know it's not going to be all on the telly. We're going to have Tuesday nights and Saturday afternoons. What the hell we're going to do? We're going to be putting stuff out for you. So hopefully, if there's anything that you want us to do in particular or any good ideas, drop it on the comments. But if not, we'll try and do our best to keep you focused on, keeping going and keeping right on. So we'll leave it there for now then, guys. Keep right on. We'll speak to you as soon as we can, and speak to you as soon as we can. I was going to add something else in.
No, that's it. No, you can end it there.
No,
see you later.
See you later. Yeah, all the best.